What's happening, brothers worldwide? Welcome to another episode of Nate's Chocolate Convo. I'm Nate. This is the only podcast. We're building the man, it's the business. We're going to dive right into this. Peep this. You ever wonder why when you see a woman out and about? You ever wonder why when you speak to her, she either keeps on walking, ignores you, or she will speak back with an attitude? You ever wonder why? Think about it. And it goes back to my last video, controlling your sexual urges. She's doing that because 9 times out of 10, especially you black men, by the time she leaves the house, get into a car, the bus, train, or walking, there is a man hitting on her. Everywhere she goes, there's a man flirting with her. There's a man asking for her number. There's a man trying to date her. And most of the time, it's just sex anyway. He just wants sex from her. Women have mood swings throughout the day, depending on what's going on during the day. What happened the night before, the day before. So she might not be in the right state of mind to speak to you. Our problem is we got sex on the brain 24/7. We don't look at women as humans. We look at women as pieces of meat. We objectify women, meaning we see them as sexual objects. It's just a release. That's how we look at women. As a man, and as a Christian man, you're not supposed to do that. And I'm guilty of that myself. And that's why I can say that with much confidence of saying we have to stop that. You don't objectify the woman. She's a real human being. She has real feelings, real emotions. Her body go through changes every month. Hormones fluctuate. She has things going on. She's not this sex kitten, always ready to have sex, always thinking about sex. She is a real person, just like you are a real person. And this is why most of you men can't have a real conversation with a woman. You can't have a real dialogue with a woman because you're always thinking about sex. You can't pay attention to her. You can't give her your uninvited attention because you're looking at her body and you're thinking of ways of how to manipulate her into your bedroom. And this is why when you try to speak to a woman, as they say, you have no game, meaning you don't know how to have a conversation to keep her attention, and you don't know how to use certain words or certain phrases or gestures to get her attention. And this is why a lot of women, especially in our community, in the black community, see us as a lame. The swag is just the confidence. It's just a ebonic or urban word for confidence. You have confidence that you can have a conversation with her outside of sex. You're not even talking about sex. You're trying to get to know her, who she is, what she's about, where she's going at in life, where she's at in life. So the next time you see a woman walk down the street and you speak to her and she don't speak back, or she'll speak back good morning or good afternoon, kind of like in the attitude, certain way, just think about what I said. Think about all the men that was hitting on her, that was hitting on her, that she didn't want to be bothered with. When she sees you as just another man trying to get in between, if you know what I mean. I just made a rhyme there. But anyway, just think about what I said. Just think about how many times you interact with a woman and you objectified her. Stop objectifying women. You can run into your soulmate through conversation, by having a real conversation. asking real questions, giving her real answers. Teenage boys and immature men objectify women. And this is why men having a lot of problems. Men don't even know how to speak to a woman, how to have a conversation outside of sex. This is why a lot of men are afraid to approach a woman, because he's too busy trying to figure out how can I manipulate her out of those panties, instead of saying, hello, how you doing? And then having a conversation about whatever, the weather, science, politics, family, health, business, careers. There are millions of things that you can talk about with a woman outside of sex. Expand your mind. Think outside the box. It is 2022. This is the year of metamorphosis. You need to metamorph into something greater than last year. Each day, each week, each month, and each year, you should be getting better. Here in your mind. The Bible says, be renewed in the remnant of your mind, which is here. Change the way that you think. You will eventually change the way that you speak, and you will eventually change your behavior and the things that you attract to you. In other words, when dealing with women, the modern woman, you have to be a real mature man. It's the only way. Other than that, and understand every woman is not meant for you. Some women are not good women. Some women like thugs. If you're not a thug, she's not meant for you. Some women like clean-cut men. If you're not clean-cut, she doesn't like you. Some women like men that's fit. If you're not fit, but how would you know that until you have a conversation with her? And listen, women like to talk. Just let her talk. She'll tell you what she like and what she don't. About time that conversation is over with, it should be a nay or yay with you. Okay, she's into that, but I'm not. I'm not that type of man. So she's not meant for me. It's like putting two pieces of puzzle together that doesn't fit. You'll mess the end pieces up. It's the same thing when you're dealing with a woman that you know is not fit for you. You'll mess your life up and you'll mess her life up. Get a grip on your mind when dealing with a woman. Have a conversation with her, a real conversation. There are beautiful women all over the place. The problem with us is we don't know how to speak to them. And we come off as a weirdo or a pervert or lame or socially awkward. And this is what women are saying. That men are acting like weirdos, immature little boys when dealing with them. And it's a turn-off. A woman loves a man that can articulate. He can have a conversation. He can speak to her. He can talk to her just about anything. He can express himself to her. He can convey how he's feeling towards her like water. It'll flow and be genuine with it. He being himself. He just expressing himself, how he feel about whatever you're talking about. Women love that. But if you can't have a conversation with her, it's a turn off. Just that simple. Thanks again for tuning in. If you like this video, click like. If you want to hear more of these videos and see more, subscribe to this channel. Share this information, but most importantly, receive this information and apply this information, and you will see a difference in your life. As always, 1, 2, peace.